Amanda, welcome to the podcast. Bree and I are so excited to have you here because we really haven't gotten to showcase many Balance members on this podcast. So welcome, and we're really excited to dig in to your story. So first of
Thank
all,
you for having me.
yeah, tell us about that challenge you were experiencing right before you joined Balance.
So, right before I joined Balance, I was having massive boundary issues with my in-laws, and it was becoming so much of a struggle. It was actually affecting my relationship with my husband because he felt very much caught.
In the middle.
He was in the middle of both me and his mom, and that kind of warred in him because he wanted to be supportive of both. And it was really frustrating. And I didn't know how to appropriately set a boundary so my mother-in-law wouldn't encroach on our life to the degree that she was.
There was some things too with your kids and your mother-in-law as well about you wanted your kids to do certain things, but your mother-in-law did not think that was their job.
Yes, I want to, well, our culture, they want our kids to be independent and do things for themselves. Like, I don't know, put your dishes away after you have eaten.
Yeah.
Eat at the table. Put your clothes in the laundry hamper. One of the big ones was when you come into the house after school, put your shoes in a certain location and hang up your book bag. And my in-laws would pick them up from school because of my job or Jose's job. And they would come in after school and they would just throw their stuff down wherever. And I asked my in-laws, like, hey, this is what they're supposed to be doing. And I was told, no, they're kids. You're supposed to do that.
Okay, that makes me think of that meme. He's just a baby.
He's just
a baby. But they weren't babies.
It's also frustrating as a parent when you're
Yeah.
trying to alleviate some of the work you have to do, but you have this other adult telling you, oh, you're wrong. This is what moms are supposed to be. And I remember these conversations because you came in to Balance in 2022 and tell us what the turning point was. What was a specific moment you realized that you needed some help?
So I was actually on a road trip we were in Tennessee, and the whole goal of our family is to go to all 7 continents and all 50 states. That's like our family goal.
Such a cool goal.
It's cool.
Thank you. So we were on this road trip. It is a family thing, family goal. It is the 4 of us together to spend time, have an adventure. And we left, but my mother-in-law was constantly calling. There was this, how dare you leave us out of this? How dare you be? It was,
And you're already
she
hard.
couldn't tell that.
Turn around the car and come back.
And it's not like she didn't know that this was like our family goal. This was not the first trip we had taken. So it's not like there was some sort of precedence for her to be going on these things. So it was really hard. I was so frustrated. And my husband was kind of like, I don't know who I'm supposed to support. So he was being kind of like a Switzerland, which was
not helpful.
Crap.
Yeah.
So
it's hard. Yeah.
You're stuck in the middle between your mother-in-law and your husband, and this person who was supposed to support you wasn't, because of cultural expectations, to defer to his mom versus his wife. And it was a really tricky situation. So you signed up for Balance, and what was one lesson or tool that really shifted how you looked at this situation?
Okay, so I think the biggest thing I learned is when we were going over boundaries themselves. And it wasn't a boundary, it shifted how I thought about boundaries, because it was always like, don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or this. And when it shifted to this idea of, if you do this, then I will respond this way. Like, this is the boundary and this is how I will respond. I can't control what the other person does. but I can control my response. And that creates a better boundary.
Yeah. How did you apply that with your mother-in-law?
So it was great.
It was great.
That's so terrible.
I was so happy for you though. Like I was so happy because like your mood completely shifted to Amanda where you felt like you were basically, I don't like to use the word victim with you because you're not at all, but you felt like you were stuck in this situation and then it turned into this whole like you were powerful in the situation. You had
Yeah,
influence in it.
I did. We still had struggles over them not, still the kids were coming home from school and they wouldn't tell them, like, hang your stuff up. It takes 20 seconds to do. And I finally said, hey, this is what I need them to do. If you can't do that, that's fine. You just won't be picking the kids up from school anymore.
Wow.
And it wasn't a punishment.
I will make arrangements to have somebody who can. Like,
yeah.
if you can't do that, that's fine. I'm just going to get someone who can. And the I don't know, they kind of saw it as a threat to not see their kids anymore, which
Totally.
But they need to learn how to be independent and things. So I didn't, it wasn't unreasonable. Obviously, I had to discuss this deeply with Jose before going forward. And he there was the whole cultural, I was like, I am your wife. I had your children. You support me. I am number one. Your mom is number two now. So that took him some time, but he did get on board. So I have this really supportive partner now when it comes to that particular familial relationship. So when we started this, it's a very small boundary. It's just a little thing, but that's, again, balance is like start with something little and then you kind of slowly build the things on. Don't try and do it all at once because your head will explode and good will come of it.
Yes. Yes. And this like small little boundary was just, I feel like the start of so many others that you put in place. Because on our weekly coaching calls, you were like, oh my gosh, I did this thing with the school. And you'd be so proud of me, Joanne. And I loved seeing it. Like you just stepping in for what you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know if I would have ever come up with I would not have come up with any of it on my own without balance. There's no way this stuff would have ever occurred to me. Like it would have never occurred to me that a boundary is about my reaction, not trying to get somebody to follow my rule.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think it's important to note that like when you're dealing with a case, with a generational case, a lot of times our parents aren't that familiar with boundaries. They really aren't. And so they do think we're out to get them. And we're like, dude, no. That's not what I was saying.
I'm trying to do what's best for my kids. I want them to grow to be like a whole human being, not somebody who's going to expect that, they're not going to look for like a mother figure and a partner. So they have somebody when they're grown to take care of them. I want them to be the supportive, equal partner that, I kind of feel that's one of the things we're doing as parents is to set them up for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally feel like we're getting there with them. Like I don't have to remind them where to put their stuff anymore. I don't have to remind them to, when you're done, leave the table and take your dishes. We haven't moved on to put them in the dishwasher yet because one step at a time.
Yeah, and your kids are young. Like remind me how old they are.
They are 8 and 10.
8 and 10. Yeah. You have time on that one. They are of the age where like you'll see the skills grow. So what would you say to another mom who feels the same way you used to feel before balance? What does she need to do?
They have to remember that they are not the boss of the family. The family is a group, a unit. They're a team working together, and it is not their job to do everything. You can get there with your kids so that they're contributing members. And learning how to set a proper boundary will alleviate so much stress. It will take so much off your plate.
It's like hard at first. You feel like the emotions come through,
Yeah.
but once you can get through those emotions, which we're always there to support you, and we supported you through getting through all your the emotions of the situation as well. Once you get through it, it is such a better place on the other side.
There is growing pains, but it is so worth it.
Question, Amanda. So to wrap this up, how would you describe your relationship with your in-laws now?
So it is more respectful at this point. I wouldn't say they like love me or, I'm their favorite person. I think they don't necessarily agree with some of the things we have our kids do, but they respect it, which they didn't do before.
And that's an
That's
important
awesome.
part. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Amanda, so much for coming on and sharing your story.
Sure.
And we'll see you in balance.
Sounds good.